I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with a couple of repurchases, which are total broken record products for me. But the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara was on sale at Ulta, so I think they were buy one get one 50% off. So I got two more of these. This is my favorite mascara, and it has been my favorite mascara since I bought it when it came out and started trying it. Again, you guys have heard me talk about this for a while, but it lengthens, it volumizes, it doesn't flake, and it doesn't smudge, and it makes my lashes look really nice. For what it's worth, I'll go ahead and show you guys the one that I'm using right now. It's got a rubber bristle style wand on it. I was swatching stuff. And it's quite flexible. Again, I've said before, if I could change anything, I'd have a little bit more firm brush. But this is like the drugstore version of the Lancome Tawny Doll mascara. To me, they're like the same formulas. I love that Lancome one too, with the exception of the brush that's more firm on the Lancome one, which I do prefer the brush on the Lancome, but again, the formulations work very similar for me. But the wand definitely isn't a deal breaker for me for the price, so I do get the Maybelline one over and over and over again. And I've tried mascaras in the interim, but I just continually go back to that one. It's just my favorite in terms of the way it makes my lashes look, and the no smudging and the no flaking. So love that stuff. Got two more of those guys right there. And then I also picked up another tube, not a tube, it's a jar. Another jar of the Belif, the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. I got the big guy. It's 3.3 fluid ounces. I just tapped into my last one, and typically I think I buy three or four. I think it's three. And during the Sephora sale, which that's coming up too, so I'm going to get a couple more of these. But I was nervous that I was going to run out of the one that I was using, so I did grab another one. So when I get like three of them, it typically lasts me from the spring sale to the fall sale, and from the fall sale back to the spring sale. But this is just my favorite moisturizer. I do my whole skincare routine, and this is the last product that I put on at night, and I just really use it very heavily because I have dry skin, but it's just a really lovely moisturizer. So I got another one of those guys. The holiday collections are just continuing to roll out, and I'm kind of living for it. I picked up this Benefit Cheek the Male cheek palette right here, and this guy here, let's tell you how much product in here. I think every one is full size. So you got 0.28 ounces of product for the highlighter, 0.21 ounces for Terra, and then the Hoola bronzers 0.28 ounces. So yeah, these are like full-size products in this guy. And there's a little paper sleeve that comes over the palette. This is the box, and let me tell you too where it's made. It is made in the USA, so the box packaging mimics the actual packaging. So you've got a mirror in there, and then you have got three full-size products. You've got Terra Blush, Hoola Bronzer, and then the Cookie Highlighter. And I do have these in their individual forms as well. But I thought how convenient for it to be in a one and done palette, because I think this will be really travel friendly, and I love these three products themselves. So I picked this guy up, and I love it. I've been using it nonstop. Again, that's the whole cheek that I have on. Three products all together just provide a really pretty look. So I've got the bronzer all over my face as well. So let's swatch them. Terra's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Hoola is matte, and then Cookie is just blinding, stunning highlighter business. This is one of my favorite things that have come out for the holidays that I've gotten so far. I love it. Just a really pretty cheek there. Nice quality. I say that the quality in the palette is the same as the individual products as well. Just a really good one there from Benefit. So that is the Cheek the Male cheek palette from Benefit right there. I really have the face cheek palettes in this video. I also picked up the new Nars Rising Star cheek palette. This guy's got 6 blush or cheek products that are 0.1 ounces each in here, and this guy here is made in Italy. So this is the box packaging. One of the things that I've noticed, especially this year, like brands are releasing their holiday collections, but they're not releasing them all at once at vendors, and it's kind of annoying because I want to pick up the eye palette too, but I purchased this one first, and then the eye palette's available on the Nars website, and I'm assuming it's going to end up on Sephora. Hopefully it will during the sale, but I plan on picking that guy up too. But I just wish they would just release the whole collections at once. So anyway, this is the cheek palette. I love the packaging. It's got the stars on there, and then one of mine is detached in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and keep it because I think that I can just use a little bit of glue and tack it back down. But these are baked gelée products, which are some of my favorite for the cheeks, and the colors in here are so pretty on. I've worn, I think, almost all the shades that are in here, but since I have a shade that's kind of popped out, I'll show you guys how a baked gelée product looks. It's baked on a little plastic grid. It's like a gel that's baked on this little plastic grid, and then it's glued in there, so you can see this one came out. But I just want to show you guys, if you're kind of interested on how those look, they're not in a separate pan. So each one of these has got a sheen to it. This one here, I would say on a deeper skin tone might work as a highlighter, but it's definitely too deep for me to use like that. But I love these colors. I've been wearing this bright purpley pink the most. It is so pretty. These colors are so pretty. And even that like really deep shade easily shears out and blends out on the skin too. That almost gives like this really pretty sunburnt look, kind of like Tara from the Benefit palette does. I left those up so that I could swatch all of the kind of face palettes together so you can see them next to each other. But these are so pretty. So there, those are the first four in the Nars palette, and then these two right here. Set that down because I do need to glue that back in yet, and I think it'll be fine after I do that. So that guy right there, what did I say the name of that one was? It's the Nars Rising Star Cheek Palette, and that's a really pretty one. Really pretty one, living for those baked gelées, and the packaging is super cute as well. And then for whatever reason, Sephora had one of the new Pat McGrath holiday items up, which again, that doesn't make sense to me. But this is the Pat McGrath Cheek Palette in Nude Venus. So there is another one like this, and I did end up purchasing all of the eye products, the two single cheek products, and then the other face palette from the Pat McGrath website. But they like to take their sweet old time with shipping, and none of those were available on Sephora either when I ordered those. So anyway, I do have this cheek palette right here, and this is the box packaging. It's really similar to some of her other styles. I kind of, I think it's really pretty, the imagery and stuff that's on there, but I kind of would have liked something a little new because it's really reminiscent of stuff that she's already done, I guess, but still really pretty. It's a pretty heavy duty thick cardboard packaging. It feels nice and substantial in there. And then you have got like 4 full-size blushes in here. Let me read how much product is in here. The whole palette has got 0.7 ounces of product, and it is made in Italy. It doesn't individualize on the back of here how much is in each one, but you've got like 2 satin finishes, or satin slight shimmer, and then 2 solid kind of satins in here. So let me read the shades. We've got Desert Orchid, Nude Venus, Divine Rose 3, and then this guy here is Paradise Venus, and then the highlight shade is Sunset Nectar. And I think that there's only one blush in here, which might be Divine Rose 3, that is a new one. Don't quote me on that. So I really do like this palette. Again, these are kind of like satins, and this highlighter definitely deepens up on my skin tone. It has an undercast for me, so how I've been using it is to add a little bit more shimmer to some of the blushes, or even like with this deeper one, I can tone it down a little bit by mixing it in with the highlighter shade. So that's how I'll kind of end up using it. But I do get along with the Pat McGrath blushes pretty well. They're very wispy and kind of easy to use. There's a cat. There's a cat in the window. He's making noise. And then we'll do this highlighter right here, which is very, very silky. I do typically with the Pat McGrath highlighters that are in the pan like that, have to kind of put down something a little tacky on my cheek to get them to stick. But that's Nude Venus right there. And I don't know if you can kind of see that the highlighter is a little bit deep. And the thing with undercast as a highlighter on the top of my cheekbones, it's not that big of a deal on the other points of my cheeks, but what it'll do, because it has that undercast, you know, you have underneath your eyes, you get that circle like a hollow. That's just kind of how your eyes are. And when you have an undercast there, it really accentuates that ridge right there from the under eye to the cheekbone, and that's why I really try to avoid using highlighters that have an undercast because it accentuates that. So that just a little FYI for what it's worth. That's why I mean, you know, the shine is pretty and everything like that, but when it deepens on that area where I put the highlighter, I don't like that accentuated effect that it does to the top of the cheek. Yeah, anyway, for what it's worth. But this is a really nice palette if you were ever looking to try the Pat McGrath blush formula. This is a really good deal because there are 4 of them in there. And again, I do have the other one on the way, so I'll probably reference them together when I get that one. But in any event, here is the Nude Venus version right here. So it would be these guys right here are in the Nude Venus palette. And then so you can see them all again, Benefit, Nars, Nude Venus. And then I've got one more. I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette, and I have got it in the medium deep version. A lot of the places when I got this were sold out of the fair one, so I actually ended up ordering that off of the Charlotte Tilbury website, so that's also on the way. And when that one comes, I'll compare them when I haul that one as well. But this guy here is made in Italy, and it's got 4 products that are 3.8 grams or 0.13 ounces a piece, which is a pretty decent amount of product that you're getting. So box packaging right here, and then here is the actual packaging, very reminiscent of the 2 other launches that she did similar to this one as well. I love the packaging, it's really pretty. I like this version that she does in this kind of packaging. Good size mirror in there, and then you have got 4 cheek products, 1 highlighter and kind of 3 blushes. These 2 shades are really bright. I suppose on a deeper skin tone, this one might be highlightery. I did find that I kind of had to work through the surface of these to get product to more easily pick up, but after I got through that, they picked up on a brush a little bit better. I like to use a natural bristle brush or a brush that's a little bit more stiff for these particular ones because they are a little bit harder pressed than some, but they are a baked gelée, which I absolutely love, as you know, on the skin. So I got this one because I just really like the peachy colors, and with this deep shade too, kind of like the Terra again from Benefit, it gives that really pretty kind of sunburnt look, and if I wanted to lighten it up, I can use one of the highlighters. I did kind of think that this highlighter was a bit tame compared to how shiny it looked in the pan. I don't know if that's my imagination or not, but hopefully you can see in the swatches here. And I'm really excited to get the other one as well. See, like, I don't know, for a baked gelée too, I feel like that one's just a little bit watered down in terms of shine for whatever reason. The cheek colors are super pretty, and I can utilize that highlighter to add more shimmer to the blush shades. So that one right there is the Charlotte Tilbury medium deep beautifying face palette right there. So I'm trying to get so you can see all of them, so you can kind of maybe pick out which one you would like the best. So yeah, Benefit, Nars, Pat McGrath, and Charlotte Tilbury right there. So you can see them all together. And then I also wanted to show it next to past iterations of these type of palettes. So this is the Glowgasm in Lightgasm next to that one. And then here it is next to Lovegasm right here. And then here it is next to Nudegasm, which is that one right there. Just so you can kind of see in case you have any of those 3 palettes as well. I also picked up one of the Too Faced holiday sets. So this is the You Drive Me Glazy limited edition makeup collection. So it's this guy right here. So you have got actually a full-size Killer liner in the Killer Black shade, which these are pretty nice eyeliners that stay decently on the waterline. So for what it's worth here, they're pretty creamy too. This is the black, very nice black liner. I've actually got this in some of the colored versions. So it comes with a full size of that, which is nice. And then there, as always, is a mini of the Better Than Sex mascara, which I like how that mascara makes my lashes look, but it flakes on me really bad. So my mom gets along with it better than I do, so I usually give those to her. And then you've got a face and eye palette in here. And it does say on the box packaging here that the palette is bulk made in the USA and assembled in the Dominican Republic. And typically I purchase like every single Too Faced holiday set that comes out. I always have for such a long time, but I think I'm going to just get this one this year. The colors in here are so repetitive. Too Faced does the same thing in terms of the colors and the product and the palettes every single year, and I'm actually I'm actually tired of it. So anyway, this is the palette. It's a cardboard packaging. It's a pretty decent size. It is very cute packaging. Very, very cute packaging that's on there, and it's kind of got some texture on those donuts there. And then this is the top, no mirror in there, but it's got the donuts. And then you have got 15 eyeshadows and then 4 cheek products. And I actually ended up using some of those cheek products as eyeshadow, like these 2 really peachy ones, because the shadows are a little bland. The mattes were pigmented and they blended out pretty good. I had a little bit of fallout. These shimmer shades are just super like lackluster, especially like when you compare them to other shimmers that are out there, you know. If you have any Too Faced palettes, you've got it all. If you like a more tamed down look though, and you like a shimmer but you don't like a shimmer to be over the top, this might be something that you would get along with if you don't have, you know, a ton of other Too Faced palettes or anything like that. But hopefully you can tell from the swatches whether or not it's something that you want to pick up. And it is a standalone palette for me because there's a decent range of shades in there in terms of mattes and shimmers, so that's nice too. And then these guys. It's just a really, really neutral palette. And then these guys. I had to check to see if I put a light shadow underneath that one or not. I couldn't tell. And then these next ones. This one is a nice like shimmer shade. It's pretty soft. And then these last 4 shades. I just kind of feel, you know, there could have been a little bit more pizzazz in there, you know? Running out of space. You can see. And then the 4 blushes, which I would say that they are all kind of have a satin finish. Let me set this down real quick here. And then I'll swatch them right here. Very, very light, as you can see there. So, those are the swatches right there for the palette that's in the You Drive Me Glazy makeup set. Again, it's just, we've seen it. We've seen it. I also picked up this Colourpop East High School Musical pressed powder palette. I really don't know anything about like High School Musical, but I liked the color story in here, and I like to get Colourpop's larger palettes, and this is one of them, so I did go ahead and pick it up. So there's a total of 0.6 ounces in this guy across 15 shades, and that's about 0.04 ounces per shade, and it is made in the USA, as all Colourpop products are. Very cute packaging on there. I always love the detail when the inside of the box has got detailing on it too. Just like a nice touch. So cardboard packaging. It's got like a little bit of raised texture to it, and it feels like a kind of like a matte feel on there, like that grippy kind of matte feel. And then this is the inside. Again, I've got no meaning for that because I don't know anything about High School Musical. But this is just a really fun color story, and I've gotten some super pretty looks out of this one. It's a standalone for me. There are 2 Super Shock shades in there, which are these 2 shades right here, but there are no pressed glitters. 1 sequin shadow, which is the matte with the sparkles in it, which is this one down here. But just a really nice array of shades. So let's swatch this guy for you. This is kind of a satin, or one of those sequin shades too, I guess. I guess there's 2 in there. Right? 2, yeah, 2. And these are also magnetized, which I love, so you can pull them out. So those are the first 4. And then these next ones. So here are the Super Shocks right here. Them 2 shiny shades. And these next ones. Some fun pops in there. I can't see where my last swatch was. I feel like I'm struggling on the swatch bus today, man. And then these last 3 shades. So those are the swatches for the Colourpop High School Musical palette. What's it called? The East High. Right there. Love me some Colourpop. That's a fun one. And then when I was in Ulta, they finally had back in stock the White Peach Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump from Tarte. And so I picked it up. I have another one of these somewhere. And you guys, I cannot find it. But it's like a pinky color. Anyway, this one here, the plump one, has got a little bit of that tingling to it. I would say it's almost like a cooling sensation on the lips, but it's not like painful or anything like that. And there's just the slightest, I would say, hint of mint in the product. But again, this is the White Peach shade, and it's been out for a while, but every time I go into Ulta, it's just out of stock. And then for whatever reason, when I place an order online, I just don't get it. I don't know what's up with that. So there's a total of 0.095 ounces of product, or 2.7 grams. And this guy here is made in Korea. So this is the White Peach shade. This is actually what I've got on my lips today. It is quite tacky, so your hair will get stuck in it, but it doesn't slide all over the lips, so it's probably why it's tacky. But I do really like the way that these make my lips look, and I really like this shade. I lined my lips with the Too Faced Lady Bold lip liner in Badass, just kind of lightly around the edges, and then slightly filled it in. And then I went in with this guy. I'll put a little bit more on as well. It's a really light nude color with it's got pigmentation to it, but not like massive. And I just think it looks so pretty just with that lip liner. So let me swatch it on the back of my hand too, so you can kind of see the amount of color that it has. But it's so pretty. And I don't find that lighter shade or the product itself kind of settles in my lip lines either, which I also appreciate. So that guy there is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade White Peach right there. This is what the packaging looks like. It is a click up, but you can't like make it go back down because the formula is so soft. So that's why I believe that they do that with products like this. And that is everything that I got in this week that I purchased. And then I got in one PR package from Odin's Eye with the most beautiful palettes. Like I was just, when I opened them up, for one, the packaging is really pretty. But the inside color stories just like took my breath away type of situation. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so pretty. So let me show them to you guys. So there are 2 of them, and they're like their holiday collection palettes. There's the Merry Christmas palette, and there's also the Christmas Eve palette. These palettes are made in China, and there's a total of 20 grams or 0.7 ounces of product across 12 shades. So each eyeshadow is about 0.058 or almost 0.06 ounces per shade, which is a pretty decent amount of product that you're getting. And then each palette comes with a sleeve that mimics the actual packaging on there. The packaging is so pretty. I think I'm going to keep the sleeves on them to kind of help keep the packaging, or like the palette itself, pretty. I just think it's so pretty. And even though it's actually really nice here today, it's like 70. Like this is like full-blown Christmas palettes. They're so pretty. Hang on. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's show them to you. So this is the first one that I have gotten on my eyes today. Both of these are standalone for me, and like I said, they're just absolutely stunning. So this one here is the Merry Christmas palette. And there's a mirror in there. It's all detailed up, super pretty. And then here is your color story. Can we just... These are so pretty. Like I said, when I opened them up, like the actual palette, and looked at the shades, it was just like, you know, they're so stunning. You've got a lovely array of both shimmers and mattes in here too. And their shimmer formulation almost feels like a cream. And they have these suspended sparkles in there that are just stunning, and they shift beautifully in the light. Like, I cannot get enough. Oh, again, look at how beautiful. Beautiful. Right? And then these next ones, did I mention? I think I did mention. This is the palette that I've got on my eyes today. I did mention that. Yes. Okay. Oh. See, like, this stuff just gets me exciting. This kind of stuff is exciting. I have a habit of comparing, you know, like that Too Faced palette to stuff like this. And they're just like very different products, but I still kind of can't help myself from doing that. And then this next row. Oh, those shiny shades. I do get a little bit of fallout with the matte shades, but I am able to brush it off on my face. I need to tap my brush off really well to try to, you know, not get fallout, but I did want to make mention of that. But they're super pigmented shades. And then this last row. Like, I just kicked myself for not getting the 3 palettes that they collabed with influencers last year. Those were really pretty color stories, and I just don't know why. Like, I'm like, wish I had them in my collection. But they were, that's a terrible swatch of that shade. Wipe my finger off a little bit better and give you another swatch of this gold here. Try again, Tara. See, I'm just struggling with these swatches. There, that's a better representation of that shade. But look at how beautiful these are. Oh, they're pretty. They are so pretty. So that one right there is the Merry Christmas palette from Odin's Eye. I just like to go like that and look at the shiny shades. And then here is the second one. This is the Christmas Eve palette. Wait till you see this color story. Again, you have got this really like detailed little artwork with the mirror in there. If this is not a color story from my heart, I don't know what is. So again, it's got just some stunning shimmers and mattes in here, and it's almost like these shades, they have like this grunge factor to them that is so pretty. And then those shimmers on the lid, I can't even wait till you see some swatches of this guy. Look at that. My goodness. When I see things like this that I feel so strongly about how beautiful they are, I always get so tempted to be like, you need a backup. And it's like, no, you don't. I feel like this is kind of like a unique one too, with those grungy colors. They're like, see, it's a blue, it's a pretty blue, but there's just a hint of grunge to it. Look at that. Oof. And then these next ones. I'm doing like the shiny shades ever so softly because I'm like, you don't want to waste too much product. I'm trying to be stingy. then this next one. Living. And then this last row. Oh my goodness. Right, this color story, you guys, I just, like, wow. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that is the Christmas Eve palette from Odin's Eye right there. Both of these palettes are just absolutely stunning. Just a massively huge thank you to Odin's Eye for sending those over. To get it back up or not to get it back up. And that's everything that I have for my haul today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.